Black and
Yeah.
yellow. Oh shit. What's popping?
What's going on, my brother?
You got the yellow, I got the yellow. You know, we rocking.
Can't
Boom.
tell, baby girl.
Yo,
What
I
you
always
saying, fam?
I'm just chilling, man. Just
Eddie G. What's going
excited to
on, my
start this
brother?
interview, man.
Long time, man. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We definitely
What's
met
going
like
on?
a long time ago, and each time I seen you, you got something to fly on. You know,
I
I,
appreciate
I,
it.
I, I always notice that about your your drip. You're always on point with that. You got your own
Appreciate
stuff too, right?
What's that?
Yeah, is that your own stuff? Like
What?
you got
Yeah, of
you got
course.
your
This is
merch,
my
right?
own stuff. Monarch right here, yeah. That's the brand,
Yeah,
baby.
nice, nice. So how long have you had that?
The concept just came about a few years back, but I mean in reality I just been kind of like making it work and putting it to work for the last 2 years.
Okay,
And I've
okay,
been doing great independently, independently I've been doing great. Been doing fine,
nice, nice.
you know.
Yeah,
Enough
I've
to
been doing my
start something.
show for what's that?
Enough to start something, right? Like
Yeah,
this I
yeah,
was this I was, room for more growth, of course. But yeah, 2 years.
for sure, for sure. I wanted to ask about that because like I just I've had my show for years, but I've just started to get my merch ready, and like I find it's hard to keep up with the sizes. You know, like sometimes you lose out on sales because you don't have somebody's size. Because
Yeah.
like it's hard to keep up with everything, but I'm definitely learning and I'm growing as but we definitely need to make an exchange at some point. I'll
Yeah,
rock
for
your gear,
sure.
you rock mine, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Eddie G, man, like you're one of the first people to give me a spot back in the days, man. To give me a writing blog, like a piece on the blog.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
for
man,
sure,
love
for
that.
sure, for sure. That was I met you at building bridges,
Yeah.
and I watched a
Shout
couple of
out
your
to
interviews.
Kiana. Building bridges, yes, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I was watching some of your interviews, and you shouted out Trap. Is that how you is that who got you on that?
Adam Trap.
Yeah,
Yeah, I met Adam. I don't like right now. Please, I'm gonna be ashamed right now because it's like I can't remember who I met first. If it was Ross or Adam, I believe it was Adam, and then I met Ross Burns. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
like it was somewhere like around like that, something like that, and we just kicked it off, man. And that's how me and you met. At building bridges. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because like that was my first time going to Hamilton,
Yeah.
and then eventually Hamilton became my home. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
So I was going to ask
shout
about
out
that
to
because
that.
you lived in Hamilton. Was that so? That was after that show.
Oh yeah, of course. Like that was like
Okay.
way after, of course.
Okay. Okay. How long did you live in Hamilton for?
For 2 years. What's up, Dylan?
Three
Shout
years?
out, Dylan. Yeah, for 2 years.
Okay. So yeah, you're originally from Ecuador, right?
Yeah, of course.
So at what age did you move to Canada?
At what age? I came when I was 16.
You were 16, so you already had like a lot of life down there.
Yeah,
Um,
like yeah, of course. Like I mean, I fuck like yeah, of course. Like half of my like I would say honestly, to be honest with you, like looking at life back now, I probably like a quarter of my life, like a good
yeah.
onion.
So
You know?
it shaped a lot of like who you are, right?
Yeah, of course.
For sure, for sure. So what was life like back there compared to Canada and like know?
Life was completely different. Like life was just completely different. But it was more simple. Not say it was more meaningful, but a lot of things had a lot more meaning than a lot of things have more meanings nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And
I,
yeah, that's it.
yeah, you say it's like more simple. Like I think like sometimes like up in like
Ross
Canada and the
Burns.
States. Shout out, shout out. Like everything in like in Canada and the States, like we get like everything's so fast paced, right?
Hmm.
So then, like you're saying, it's more simple. It's kind of like you get to actually like really take in everything, right? Like
Yeah,
up here, it's way more fast paced and kind of stuff like that.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, yeah. You said you were 16, so you moved to Toronto then?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was like it? Was it like mind blowing, like the change, like moving
Oh
to
yeah, of
Toronto?
course. Oh man, I remember the first time I saw snow. I was like, what the? Oh, yeah. I was like, oh no way. I was like, yo, are you kidding me?
Oh
Cold,
yeah.
like cold wind, me? No. I was like, take me back. Like, can I still catch a plane, right? But
So
yeah, no, no.
did you come in the winter or did you come in the
I
summer?
mean, I landed in July, but I mean, I
Yeah,
experienced my first winter, and I was like,
yeah,
whoa, right? But
yeah.
it was great. Like, I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Like, Canada's my home. Canada's a great place. Canada is one of the leading countries in so many things, in technology and healthcare and being able to provide for the things that we are on deficit on. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I'm very very proud that I landed in Canada and then I'm here and I'm part of. I'm just such a privilege for me to be able to be a part of the growth and the change, not only in society, not only in the big and small things, but also, and the change of times and be able to change in within the city and with the city and with the people in the city, right? So that's very important to me. So yes, you're looking at a Canadian boy.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at what point did like music start coming into the picture?
Oh, music came in the picture really early. Like my father was a very big singer in my country in his day. So I was
Okay.
like, I was like this little guy with like playing the maracas like yeah, on the live
Nice.
band. And I went and I toured like I'm telling you, I toured like a lot of places and within my own city, like and within my own country, right? When I was a boy, thanks to my father. So he did give me music. He gave me the inspiration and yeah, you know what I mean. So music was in me at an early age. My mother also sang. My grandmother sang. Like everybody just loved singing in my house. So it was just easy for me.
Yeah, it definitely comes across like when I seen you at the show a couple weeks ago.
Hi, hello. Sorry,
You
slamming. Sorry, I'm 1 second. Slamming Sammy. I just want to send a shout out Quinta Karen, Adil Stewart, Nat 613, Roz, Lez, I don't know. So yeah, you already know. Sorry. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I just want to make
yeah,
sure that I get that love out because it's important. They watched and I love them. Go ahead.
yeah, I can definitely tell like music's like a natural thing for you. Like because when I see you on stage, you seem so comfortable. Like I assume you've done like a lot of shows by now, but you seem to really
Yeah.
comfortable. And I like what I liked about what you did was you started off your set with some other guys. You're just like, hey, I'm gonna bring out these guys and give them some shine. Who are these guys
Say that.
that you
No,
put
you say it. Go ahead. Say that again. I came out with some guys, and what happened after that?
Yeah, you came out. They all shine. They got their performance on, and then you came out and you killed it. But who are these guys that you're working with?
Oh well, you know what? Actually, that was kind of a joke because, like, I appreciate the compliment. To be honest with you, I came out like I came out with a crew called a family. That's my family, and they'll forever be my family. They're called MCR, and it's a very intricate group of individuals that come from everybody. 99.9% of them come from the streets, but the beautiful thing about it is that we were all in it to create change and to bring a light to something deeper than just music and just hip hop. And I was very happy and very fortunate and very proud to be a part of that as well. So shout out to Crossbow Lot, you know what I'm saying? Big Blue, Gassy Blue, you know what I'm saying, and everybody in MCR. that it's my family, and that's why I rep. I might not see them right eye right now because we're all busy living life and da. But you know, when you come from where I come from, when you're raised with morals and dignity and codes, and you know, the minute that you shake someone's hand and you say it's loyalty, it's pretty much that until you know the tables turn right. You make those changes, right? So it's loyalty
Right,
to
right.
MCI. So yeah, that's the family, and Will did it, and we're doing it. Yeah, we right now we're just living life. But you know, me, I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's kind of like that meme. Every time you see me by myself, I'm still my crew type of thing. You know what I mean? I'm still
Yeah, yeah,
art. So
yeah.
yeah, shout out to MCR.
Nice, nice. So, yeah, you're saying so your dad was a musician.
Shout out
You ever,
Maloney 416, one of the best lyricists in Toronto. He just needs to fuck
definitely,
with me a
definitely.
lot more. He got distant. Love you, Maloney. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Actually, I was gonna bring up the track you did. It's like I've never actually tried Peanut Punch until like
Woo! Until you heard the
but
track, Maloney's right in there.
yeah, but I was actually at the grocery store this week, and it was
Yeah.
ironic that I looked over and I seen it, and I was like, I'm like, I've never even seen it here before. I'm like, this is crazy how like they had Peanut Punch this week when I was gonna do the interview, so I bought one. So I bought
Ah,
one. I'm gonna
oh,
try it.
my nigga.
I'm gonna try it.
Ah. That is fucking awesome. Yeah, that's amazing, dude. That's
You know what?
amazing.
That's
Shout
pretty
out
good.
Scott Boy.
That's pretty good.
Scott
I
knows.
actually,
Yeah, that's dope. You already know, right? Peanut Punch. You gotta tell them about Peanut Punch. We gotta work and try to get an endorsement one day, for real.
for
But
sure,
yeah,
for
you see
sure.
Maloney's laughing his ass off, just like Gilbert. Yeah, but that's dope. Yeah, Peanut Punch. Shout out to Jen and Finch, where I'm from and where I grew up. Peanut Punch is the shit. Some Peanut
Yeah.
Punch, yo, you know, you have to have the whole thing though. Some Peanut Punch. Well, every time you get the Peanut Punch, you have to have like the rice and peas and jerk chicken with the oxtail gravy, or you have to have you know, if
Okay.
it's morning thing, you have to have the like the ackee with the salt fish, and you know what I'm saying, with the
Mm.
greens in it. It's a whole. Don't worry, we're
It's
gonna hook up. I
whole
got you.
experience, whole experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely like I'm
Shout
definitely
out
like
Betty
a
Brett. Go ahead.
I'm definitely somebody that like mixes my flavors. Like when I got a bunch of different things on the plate, I'll try and get like every single different thing on the fork. You know, mix those flavors
Yeah,
up, right?
that's it, bro. You gotta. I love
Yeah,
Jamaican food. Shout out to all my beautiful Jamaicans.
for
Man.
sure,
I love
for
Jamaican
sure,
culture.
for sure.
Jamaican food.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
so I was gonna say yeah, so bringing it back to yeah, your father did music. Have you ever got a chance to do a track?
With my father?
Yeah.
No, man. You know, it's maybe one day. Let's just put it that way. Maybe one day. Maybe one
Okay.
day. Maybe one day, me and my father will, you know, will
Yeah,
see eye
that's
to
definitely
eye
like
and do a song. You know.
that's definitely because I'm a big fan of when Nas did it with his dad when he
You
got
know,
his
it's
dad on.
crazy. It will be something meaningful. I definitely, you know, it will definitely. I think it will definitely, for me personally, it will definitely be like a big accomplishment. I mean, I don't think for anyone. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right?
Right, right.
But you know, it's a soft spot. So yeah, maybe one day I'll pray to God. So let's
Yeah,
keep moving.
is he aware of your music and stuff like that?
All right, hold on 1 second. Scott Doy says, "Open your eyes." I'm super high, Scott. Like,
Mhm.
I can't open my motherfucking eyes. I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. What you
My eyes are
said?
pretty close too.
Yeah, yeah. What you say? I can see. I can see. Go ahead. What you saying?
But yeah, so yeah, I was definitely saying I was a big fan of when Nas did it with his dad. Like that was a dope trap. Building bridging the gap
Bridging the
when
gap.
Nas
Yeah, of
did it with
course.
his dad.
Olu Dara. His name is Olu Dara. Nas's father's
Yeah,
name is Olu Dara. So let's get it straight. You talking to someone who knows I'm a disciple. I'm a street
yeah,
disciple
yeah,
right
yeah, for
now.
sure.
It's funny, you know, it's funny because I actually like, but when it comes to my music, like my core, like when I first started, like if I had like influences in hip hop, it was Ghostface and Nas. Those were the two MCs that I can say give birth to Gov'nah. And I will be humbly, honest. I'll say Nas and Ghostface Killer give birth to me. You know, um, but there was always more. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't just, I couldn't just.
Uh,
Shout out Richard, mi primo. Yo creo que ese es mi primo. Saludos a mi primo. Shout out to my cousin. But yeah, that's pretty
so,
much
uh,
what set me off right there, and then I evolved from it. Right?
so I got a hip hop geek question. So, like in Ghostface, which album do you like better, Iron Man or Supreme Clientele?
Supreme motherfucking clientele. Any.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm cousin. Sorry.
No,
Supreme
no, it's all
Clientele,
good.
man. Supreme Clientele is the greatest album. Sorry, I got a little bit out of hand. My apologies. Um, Supreme Clientele, man.
Yeah.
Supreme Clientele. You know,
Iron Man's fire, but like Supreme Clientele is my favorite Ghostface album.
Tony Starks makes you feel he's the coolest guy with the eyes. Yo, listen, listen,
What?
listen, listen.
Eh?
If you
What?
listen to one love,
Mm.
right? I actually wrote when Tory Lanez claimed to be one of the best, the best lyricists in the rap game. I
Yeah.
came after Tory's ass. So if you shout out to Pickups and Dropoffs TV, doing it really big in Toronto and Canada in general. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I got to tilt my hat. Yo, your merchandise is coming. Your gifts are coming. I haven't forgotten. We're getting there. But sorry, what were we talking about here?
We're talking about Ghost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wrote a disc
Oh, yeah.
for Tory Lanez called Shark Teeth. So if you go on YouTube and you Google it, you know Governor Shark Teeth, it's that beat from Ghostface album one, which I always wanted to rap on. And
That's up. Yeah.
listen, you know what I mean? For a confident person, he's always gonna say, he's better than the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's better than the next person. Sorry, he's better than the next man. Sorry, I want to clean my mouth. Um, as he's better than the next contender or the next person. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're really if you really go listen to Shark Teeth, I literally murder Tory Lanez.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
don't have one doubt. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that for myself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to That's Mike.
Nice.
Shout out to
Nice.
Brina Nazarena. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
definitely took, I missed that one, but I caught the Cameron voice. You over that one was pretty dope.
I
Uh, I,
appreciate it.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, so yeah, I was watching the interview with Maloney.
Yeah,
You were saying like when you came to Canada, you were learning a lot of the English, like just reading the dictionary.
yeah. Like
Like
I come. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was saying like that, that's a dope thing. Like me, like growing up here, like I've never read the dictionary, like so it's like something like you probably got more of a thing on it than me, you know. And I come from this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I don't know, for whatever reason, since a child, like I developed an interest in Latin and the actual Latin language, not not like Castellano, which is the actual Spanish speaking language, official language. No, the actually like when you talk about novels, ordus, you know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about like dialect like that, like for instance, I just give you a little piece of the back of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Novus ordus, which means new world order, new order, right? But that's Latin, like basically that dialect, right? Like my ear
Yeah.
picked up, and that's maybe that was a wrong example, but you get what I'm saying. Um, so I picked up an interest for Latin, and then I don't know, it was weird. I look at everything. Scott Inspire, respect. Scott Dory. Yeah, I think I know who it is, man. Scotty, Scottian boy, Scotty boy. I salute you, my brother. If it's you, I miss you. But anyways, so what the fuck was I saying? Sorry, what was I saying right here?
Uh,
What was I saying, man?
we're talking about the Latin language, and you're diving into like that, and you're learning more about it.
Yeah. So it was crazy because like I picked it up. Like I picked it up. I picked up Latin and I started practicing Latin, and then next thing you know, like it just Latin turns to like eventually like me picking up a dictionary into English. Like it's like I always tell the story, but like I always start when I'm like, okay, well, you know, when I saw Michael Jackson do the moonwalk, I went and fucking bought a dictionary. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually bought a dictionary and I started reading it because that's true story. When I saw Michael Jackson do the moonwalk on TV, I ran and bought a dictionary, and I taught myself, started teaching myself English, and I said one day I'm gonna rap and dance. I mean, sorry, not rap. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna talk and dance like this guy. I didn't
Yeah.
know who he was, what he was saying, and today, but I just love his moves and the way. So I was like, okay, that's it. I'm literally going to become this guy. Like my job is to become like Michael Jackson,
Nice.
and it
Oh,
just to come. So that was
what age was that?
my yeah. So that was my. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my like that was my everything. Like my drive. You know what I'm saying? To want to just learn the language and just do the moonwalk and oh man, I'm telling you, yeah.
That's dope. Like yeah, like I remember a time in my life. I was nine years old, and my dad he's a tour bus driver, and we went down to Branson, Missouri. It's like a city where it's like all different shows and stuff like that.
Okay.
So then like it's like a very tourist type place, right?
Yeah.
And when I was nine, and like I guess I was watching these performances, and I was just like I was like right on the edge of my seat, and I was like looking up and watching these performances. And my dad said like he's like you were like so into like the shows and stuff like that. And it was right after that when I came back to Canada after that, I started getting
Yeah.
more into art. I started getting more into like being a creative, and like it was just something like that sparked my brain. It was like um, he actually knew some of the people at the show, so he set
Yeah.
it up to one of the girls was running by, and she threw beads on me, and like and and I guess my smile was like from ear to ear.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
when I came back, I was like, yo, I want to get into this creative shit. I want to do like, you know,
Yeah. You want to do
yeah.
your television, your
I
interview.
want to I want to entertain people the way I just got entertained. You
Yeah.
know.
Shout out to Charles Genova. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you know, like I'm happy that you're doing this. Like I feel like I always tell, hey, listen, hey, come here, come. Sorry, man, my dog, man, he likes to lick everything in the house. Hey, you come here now. You come here, man. I'm not playing with you. Come here now. Uh,
Yeah, I was just saying like how that was kind of like a similar thing. How you were just saying when you see Michael Jackson, you're like, oh my god, I want to get into this shit. You know, it just changed your life, right?
yeah,
Definitely. So like we definitely I think anybody that really gets into this, nice. Just
big Shucky. Where you big Shucky? On your big poo poo. On your big. Look at this. Look at this guy, Doug. Anyways,
for sure.
come. Stop licking stuff, man. But yeah, I'm glad that you're doing your media. Like at the point, I always tell people like, yo, like, you know, like follow your dreams, man. Do what makes you happy. Like, don't stop. Like, you know, like a lot of shout out to every Provo, big artist, like big
For sure.
music. I love his music. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Hamilton City, so shout out to Hamilton
Eric.
for Eric. Um, but yeah, follow your dreams, man. Like that's really important. Follow your dreams. Like invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to jump. Like you know how many times you know I heard no. Even like some funny shit. Like even in high school, like you're too short to play basketball. Well, guess what? Boop, I was in the senior basketball team. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
just never limit yourself. Like I think the most important thing, you know, for you to be able to grow is to look up in the mirror and look at yourself and be like, hey, listen, you know what? The only
Look at the
person
man
that
in the
can
mirror.
really stop me is you.
Right.
And you is me. And I'm ready to go and take this and go to the next level. So you
Exactly.
don't exist. It's just me. and I'm comfortable with being me in front of this mirror. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's being a journey. I keep on pushing. Like I am the most hardworking, ethically speaking, the most hardworking, one of the most hardworking upcoming artists of Toronto since I can tell you like I can tell you and I know you know my history. I know you're familiar
Sure,
with me. You know
for
what
sure.
I done.
Yeah,
Sadly enough, you know what I'm saying. We don't get a lot of support as artists in the city. I think like the hip hop scene is saturated and you know pretty much clogged and repetitive and all this other stuff. So I for me, I really feel like I did what I had to do with hip hop. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm off hip hop. I keep on recording. I'm ready. Like any day, I feel like waking up and unleashing. I will unleash
yeah.
art of war on anyone. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm done with hip hop for now, in the sense of you know, like I already be brutalized, battered, like 99.9% of rappers from my city, from my
Yeah.
country. Period. You know what I'm
Well, even
saying?
like I was gonna say like even like sometimes after really doing your thing in a city, you kind of gotta get out and kind of like venture out and really take over like other cities. Because I find no matter how much I do for my city in Brantford, like I'm always when I walk into the hip hop shows, well that's Eddie, that's Eddie. But like I'll actually go to a like a Hamilton show or a Toronto show, and they're like, oh shit, Eddie G's here. It's like it's a whole
Absolutely.
different thing, right? Like
Yeah.
no matter how much I put on for my city and how much like I do, it's always like, oh yeah, there's Eddie. But you go out of town, you put the grind in out of town, and people get excited to see you, and they're like, oh my god, like
Absolutely. And you
so
know the
like
effect. That's actually real. You're so right.
yeah,
I I
so like
I understand your pain, man. You know what I
so
mean?
I was saying you were saying like how you've been doing a lot in Toronto and you've already kind of like done the amount like so like
I
it's almost time to like kind of go out, conquer some other cities, and come back and be like, hey, I'm the man over here too, right?
yeah, like listen, man. You know, I bleed it. Yo, before I continue, I want to send a shout out to my boy Charles Genova 19. You know what I'm saying? I work with a whole bunch of beautiful and amazing people, and I'm so grateful, man. Like my life, this is what I'm saying. My life has changed, and you're right. Like my life has changed for the better. Like I am done. I already be like I told you. There's no one rapper in Toronto or outside of Toronto, signed, unsigned, or underground, that can play with me when it comes to music. Not one. Not one. Not one.
Talk to him.
In Toronto, outside of Toronto, I don't care where they from. Not one. Not one.
Yeah.
I am the king of this rap shit when it comes to hip hop. Me. Forget about the OGs. Forget about all that other shit. That other shit don't matter no more. You know why I say this? Because it's time for a new day. And I've been putting my work for so long, and they fear me. Some of the so-called OGs or artists, like it don't matter. I'll give it to any of them. It doesn't matter. Not taking. Hey, listen, don't confuse it. I'm a very respectful person. I respect
Right.
everything, and I love everything they done for the music and the culture. But that don't mean they better than me. No way. No way. None of them. No Maestro, no Cardinal, not Chocolate, not this and that. None of them. But I love all of them, and I respect all of them. But I'm just telling you what I feel. I know from my
Sure.
heart. I'll murder any of those guys any day. And I say that
Even
from the
like
bottom. And I say that from the bottom, from the deepest place in my heart. Anyone in Toronto, anyone, anybody, doesn't matter. There's not. I don't have no competition. I'm the most diverse, the best motherfucking looking, best smelling, best fucking. Listen,
well,
that's like.
well,
Listen, I'm
you
just
know
being
what?
a clown right now. Listen, I'm just being
Yeah.
a clown. But let me tell you something. Sorry.
But hold
Let me.
on. It all ties into like why you're on like Eddie GTV because I'm the best interviewer out here. You know,
That's
ain't
it.
nobody fucking with me.
It
You
only
know,
lines up,
I
man.
I
Toronto
I
Rocks, what up?
I
It only lines up for sure.
I talk that talk, and you know, I'm a fucking fly at what I do. So it's only
Yeah, for
right,
sure.
like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
we get the greatness with the greatness. You know,
Yeah, for sure, man. But listen, man, like, but that's what I was gonna say. Like, I love all of these guys that I just mentioned, and I respect them, like, deeply and dearly. I've done
for sure.
work. I've interviewed Maestro. I've done a lot of things, and right? Like, I interview Maestro. I interview Socrates. I love all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, listen, this is the rap game, and you gotta do what you gotta do. When it comes to where I just feel like,
For sure.
I got great examples from RGs, but I'm better than them. Every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Every single one of them that ever came out of the Toronto, Canada, I'm better than. You know what I'm saying? And it's about point and proofs, and I like that. And I come from a very humble background. I always tell my story. Like, my walls used to be made out of bamboo. You know what I'm saying? I never had a toilet.
Yeah.
Like, my toilet was a hole in the ground in the bushes. You feel what I'm saying? I come from those times. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So you're talking to someone that came a long way. And I
Hmm.
not only I have beat, battered, and bruised and dominated the hip hop scene for so many years, but none of these guys can play with me on stage and off stage. And they know that. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Ajay Farina. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Charles. So I've been putting my work. These guys they know, you know what I'm saying? I respect them. And hey, listen, and I was still calling for a collab because I want to do a collab with Chuck Claire, which will happen. I know like, he always shows a lot of love. So shout out to Chuck Claire. Socrates is great.
Shout out to Chuck there. I've done an
You know
interview
what
with
I'm
him.
saying? I can't
He's a
really
dope
say
guy.
anything for anybody else other than that. Thrash is great. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I can't really vouch for anybody. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you stand in my way, you're gonna get squashed the fuck out. It's just that simple. You know?
Uh,
Um,
Speaking of collabos, I wanted to bring up I'm saying now, like that's a
I'm
fire track.
saying, what the fuck
I'm
is going
saying,
on? I know the
yo, like
young brother blasted on the street. He didn't gone. I'm saying. What this life that you gave us had to be so hard and so harsh, like the time that they gave us. I'm saying,
saying,
I still look to the stars and I still live in blindness, so I keep on living scarred. I'm saying,
saying, fire
you know what
track,
I'm
fire
saying?
track.
Hey,
A great
there's so
video as
many in
well.
the struggling with victims to a system that would love to see us crumble. I'm saying, as the truth set you free, tuck your shit, never fumble one shot and let it breathe. I'm saying, hey,
So,
man.
how did that song come about? Like,
Shout out to Ross Burns. Um,
yeah,
that 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 that. I want to get another drink, dude. Is that okay?
yeah.
All right, in a bit. But that
Yeah.
song came about. That song came
I'm gonna bring
about
more of the
Ross
candle.
Burns. That song came about Ross Burns, and yeah, it was just dope. Like, I was in his house. I went to Hamilton. I went to his crib. He's got a studio. We got down, and he was like, he showed me the track. He was like, yo, when I was a young boy, my life was simplistic, and I was like, when I was a young boy, man, my life was simplistic, but now I'm all grown, I've been seeing things different. I mean, you know, like,
Yeah,
yo, I was like, okay, I was like, we're gonna do this. He's like, you want a verse? I was like, yo, turn the microphone, dog. Like, don't even ask me, just let me in the booth, and that's how it
yeah.
came out.
No, no,
So shout out to
you
Ross
guys,
Burns, a really good friend of mine.
yeah, you guys definitely killed that. And Ross Burns is his brother to me. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely, and he is the best rapper out of Hamilton. Period.
for sure.
I don't give a
For
fuck
sure.
what no. Sorry, I don't care what nobody has to say. Rice,
No,
Rice, he knows. He knows.
I
Rice
agree.
knows. Rice
I
knows.
agree.
Rice has the potential to be the future. Period. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, and
I
he's
definitely
great.
agree with you 100%
Shout
there.
out to Jordan. What up, Jordan? Anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
So, how did the Peanut Punch collab come about?
Um, I think it was like about the times like where, like, I don't know. I think I had dropped, like, excuse me. I think I had dropped Out of War Part 2.
Yeah.
And out of War Part 2, The Warlord. Because out of War Part 3 was out of War Part 3 bleed for me. So yeah, out of War Part 2, The Warlord, I had dropped out of War Part 2, and he wanted to do an interview with me, and I was very grateful for it. We linked up. At that time, I was going through some shit. Like actually, someone tried to poison me. So if you watch the interview, yeah, actually, someone went to jail. They tried to poison me, like literally try to get rid of me. So my face was like swollen and everything. Hold on 1 second. Okay, never mind. And my face was swollen and everything was like. So if you look at the interview, my face was swollen and I'm like swollen. I look like a cabbage patch dog. You know what I'm saying? But I still got the interview done, and that's how I hooked up. Then it was only right, and I heard some of Maloney's music, and I was like, okay, and I was like, okay, let's do it. I was like, yo, I brought him to the studio because my goal was I was like, if you've been following me, if you know that like my seasons, if you've been studying, like I brought a whole bunch of people together. Like I brought Try Shy, I brought Mike T, the Bazaars. You know what I'm saying? I had, I had, oh man, dude, man, I have so many people, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know. Like I had so many people, bro, and I brought them together through my music, and I felt great about that. Hey, hi,
That's definitely dope.
that's the
That's
white
definitely dope.
man.
Like bringing people together is like a fire thing. I've actually heard like people talk about like them collaborating on a track because like people seen like my interviews, like another artist seen an interview with like somebody I was interviewing and they have been doing a collabo. So it's like definitely connecting people is a cool thing. Like like I definitely
Yeah,
had
no,
people say like
it's
you
great,
know
especially when you have the right energy behind it. Like, like I shout out to Rastafari, Samurai. You know what I mean? One of my brothers in this journey, Sean Myrie, Earthquake Town. Prince Beats. When you have the right team, you know what I mean? Like my boy Ranger. Like when you have the right team
dope
behind
people.
it, more than anything, when you have a great wife. Good evening, lady. When you have the right team, it all works out good. Like it's just that
For
was you
sure.
get I was a great result. Can I help you?
Definitely like the team is like super important. Like just having the right people, like right mindset. Like right people just like because
Care
sometimes like
Bear, Spaghetti Jojo. Go ahead.
so, ha-
Sorry.
so having some of like the wrong people around you can kind of like really like kind of like stifle your whole movement. So having those right people around is super key, super
Absolutely.
key.
Go ahead,
All
man.
right, all right. So
Don't even worry about it, man. We fly. Go ahead, keep it going, man. Keep it moving, right? Spaghetti Jojo. Yeah.
so what new stuff you got coming up?
Right now I got two singles. Thank you for asking, because I was about to forget about the music. We just like talking and talking. It just feels
Yeah,
so good. Feel cool. Uh, Sexy, which is my first single, and it's in Spanish and English, right?
yeah.
Porque tú sabes que todo en la vida toma tiempo y a corazones rotos no le juega sentimiento y todo lo que fue solo fue por un momento y todo lo que
Yeah,
aprendí es reflexión a
you're performing that
movimiento.
at the show.
You gotta listen to it, man. It's great, man. I'm with my new
Yeah.
thing, peanut punch and dumplings, jerk chicken rice and peace and punch drinks. I'm too busy being in love with my new thing, and I finally understand the meaning of the word queen. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go listen to that. And then my second single is called Sexy. Sorry, it's called Shake It. What's up, Slammin' Sammy? It's called Shake It, yeah, you get it, which means here I am in Spanish, right? Shake it, here I am, right? And it's
Oh,
just
okay.
basically it's just literally the completely opposite of everything you ever heard from me. Like it has nothing to do with hip hop anymore. This is me going back to my Latin roots. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
literally giving the people what they want to hear. Like everything that I learned from my past life, all the negative and all the past experiences on the streets, and all the all the struggles and all the hurdles and obstacles and all that stuff, I turned into something beautiful and positive. and that's how I give. That's how all that pressure give birth to the diamond, and that's what I became. So my music is now, it's really fun. It's really happy. It has, it has elements of the street because that's where I came from, and that's where, a big chunk of my heart is, you know, um, and definitely loyalty. Um, but I'm not definitely there anymore. I'm not on the streets anymore. And I want to make that very clear. Like, I'm now just an artist.
Yeah.
That does not mean you can come and bother me and you won't find out consequences.
Right.
Because I came from where I came from. But I'm just saying, we focus on positivity. I'm focused on good energy. I'm focused on the right things. My mission is different. I want to be able to build, and if God allows it, and all the good energy in the world allows it, I want to be able to create for someone else. So,
I,
so yeah,
I,
my music
I
is all
was actually
about
gonna say,
fun.
I was actually gonna say, a lot of people with the diamond, they say, shine like a diamond. The diamond doesn't actually shine; it reflects, and like that. And you're saying like you're the diamond, so you're just having everything reflect, like your life reflects through the diamond, right?
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
so like I'll throw all the music. So but people always say shine like a diamond. I'm like, no, it reflects.
Yeah,
You
the
know.
diamond reflects. Yeah, the diamond's got. You know what it is? It's that the diamond got clarity. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is about the diamond. A diamond got clarity. You know what I'm saying? So you can see through
And
that
you're seeing
diamond.
things crystal clear.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
could see. Yeah, you could see through the diamond. You could see through the diamond. You know what I'm saying? And the diamond itself got that clarity. So it reflects that clarity. So whatever it's on it, whatever's in front of it, is gonna reflect. You know what I'm saying? That the spirit's form.
Exactly.
That's what it is because it comes from in within. You feel what I'm saying? And it took that amount of pressure to create that. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like, yeah, like it took a lot of pressure and a lot of, like, hey, listen, more than a million villages to raise me. I tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But at the end, the product of everything that came out was great. Like, I'm grateful. Like, I made it out. I'm at a great place in my life, my home, my wife, my kids, my cats, my dogs, my car, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy. I feel great. So I feel really motivated to do greater music and better music now.
Definitely,
Like,
definitely.
I don't wanna, like,
That's
if
fire.
my environment changed. Like, I used to listen. I used to be on the streets 24/7, and that's why it's funny. I saw someone say today, either you are, and one of my favorite artists, and I follow him too. I heard him say, well, if you're not on the street, there's two things here. You're either on the streets or you're not on the streets. If you're, and I know where he was going. He was talking about basically people who like try to act gangster on internet and try to act hard and that, but they're not really on the street.
Internet
Because I was thinking
warriors.
to myself, I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, you know what's crazy? Like, I don't want to be on the street. But if you check my resume and you know about me, you know that I came from that place, and you know that I'm not an easy, like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not an almond cookie. You feel what I'm saying per se? So, but I was like, but for me, like, this, I love where I'm from, and I love all the work and all the dirt that I've done, and all, you know what I'm saying? But life is about growth, and it's like I don't really see anything left for me on the streets. Like, I surpassed the streets,
Facts.
and
Yeah.
I don't look and I don't look
Uh,
down on them. I'm just saying that, like, the streets are too small for me, so I don't feel the need to be surrounded by street niggas or street dudes, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Surrounded, like, I don't need to be holding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to
I
be
hear you.
what I don't need to do what I used to do. Like, I surpassed that. Like, I don't have, like, me and you got no relation no more. Like, I don't even want to, and this might sound crazy, but like, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, I don't care about your story. I don't care about your life. Like, I just like I don't want nothing to do with nothing related to the streets. Like yet I love the streets and I'm from the streets and I'm still and forever be connected. But it's just I chose like I grew.
Yeah,
You get where
if we don't
man?
grow, what are we doing? You know, if
Yeah,
we don't grow,
that's what I'm saying.
like what are we doing in life? You know, like people say like when like you know, like you don't hang out with them no more, and they're like, oh, you changed. I'm like, yeah, I changed. I'm like, I hope I changed throughout life. You know, like if I stay the same person my entire life, like what did I do with my life? You know, like we're all supposed to change and learn from our experiences and apply that to the next day. You know?
Absolutely. Like yeah, absolutely. Like I will never look down on no one who's still on the streets and everything like that, because
Mm.
I know the necessities and the know where we come from and everything. And if I would forever like take everything, like give you everything of me, like the back of my shirt, like the shirt off my back. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? Like and like everything for me. But like I just feel like for me to be able to like, because there's a lot of things that come with the streets that like are fake. And this
Right.
is a lot. This is a conversation that a lot of like not a lot of OGs will have with the youngins. There's a lot of things about the streets that are fake, and there's a lot of things about the streets that are a lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these kids don't get told. You feel what I'm saying? But unless you live the street life, or unless you've been through the fire, you will know. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you learn how to move better and more cautious and blah 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 blah. Not to say that everybody is the same, but I'm just saying. You know, at the end of the day, look at the
I'm
odds.
staying.
Look at the odds and look at the end of the tail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How does the tail always ends? You feel what I'm saying? So reflect on that, basically.
Top.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I definitely really enjoyed like our conversation so far. It's dope. I want people like to know where. So is your music on all platforms or?
yeah, major platforms, man. All that good stuff. You know, these are Latino, Spotify, Spotify Latino, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
DistroKid, and all that stuff, man. You know, like
So
yeah,
yeah.
it's okay.
So I want everybody in here that's to check out this to follow both of us on Instagram. I want everybody to kind of like really fuck with us and go back and look at all the dope shit both of us have done. You know, because we've been doing this shit for years. You know,
I
both of us
appreciate
like
it.
fucking.
Yeah,
I want the people to really know the history of this because like if people don't know the history, like how are you going to impact the future?
that's right.
Right.
That's
So
dope.
yeah, so
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed this interview. We'll talk soon. All
Thank you,
right.
man. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it. Just let me send some shout outs right here before I leave.
For sure. For sure.
Shout out to my boy Ranger. The album 2021 is called Ghosting. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She didn't want to give me a kiss because she's acting hard. Uh, Shout out to Chantel. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to you. Shout out to Hamilton, Ross Burns, Adam Trapp. Um, everyone. Liberty. Liberty is one of this beautiful lady that was doing some filming for us while we were shooting over there. That I'm gonna have the pleasure to meet to maybe this weekend or next weekend or something like that. But anyways, but shout out to everyone who's been part of my process and growth. I want to send a special shout out to Rastafari Samurai Prince Beats, um, my kids of course, and Chris Jackson, Stephen Otley, which is the Art Man, Mike Boogie, uh, man, all the people that just have had something to do with my growth, and Young Noble from the Outlaws. Um, I want to send out a special shout out. Very grateful to have worked with him once again. Thank you, my brother. I want to send a shout out to someone really, really strong and someone new, but that I'm looking forward to um, do a lot. And her name is Sasha Stoltz. She's a publicist. Um, I want to send a shout out to Hollywood Edge. I want to send a shout out to Drew. really great singer. That Earthquake Sound podcast. Maloney, Wrecking Records. Uh, man, everyone, Ricardo Steffens. Oh, Bobby Cox, Bobby Visuals, ING, sorry, TLNT, or ING, TLNT. Well, anyways, IG. Yeah, okay, you know who I'm talking about. Local, my
Yeah,
boy Local from Hamilton,
local.
IGN,
Yeah.
TLNT. Right, that's it. And yeah,
So,
and shout out to T Grams. Shout out to T Grams. Shout out to T Grams. 1,000 grams. The clothing line. Um, and that's all I can tell you. I'm working, and there's a lot of beautiful things that are about to happen. I'm not just working on music. I got a couple of surprises coming for everyone, and it just doesn't stop, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. You know?
for
Like
sure, for sure.
they're gonna
You always
have
got
they're
to
gonna
grind.
they're gonna have to face me and see me face to face at one point or the next point, like they have already. But it just gets better.
Right.
So look out
All
for the
right,
new
man.
music too. I got a lot of brand new music coming out.
Awesome,
Finger
awesome.
roll, finger roll remix, man, a whole bunch. Shout out to DJ House though. We're building, man. I'm happy. I'm great.
Yeah, man. Dope. It's definitely a dope thing to be happy, man. Like,
Thank you,
you
bro.
know, life is too short to be to not be happy.
Not to be
Mm.
happy. That's right.
All right, man.
All right,
All right,
man. I
so
appreciate you, man. Shout out, everybody. Peace.
thanks, man.
Shout out to my boy Charlie and all the people that I work with, man. Brody, Dustin, all these crazy guys, man. My boy Roca, my boy Roca. Keep your spirits up, man. I see you Monday, boy. All right. Love you, man. Appreciate you. Shout
All
out. Shalom.
right, peace.
Peace. That was dope. I like